Hi, everybody. I am here to do my review of 90 Day Last Resort. Episode. God, what episode is this? I didn't even put the episode number on there. Let me look real quick. Hold on. Hi, everybody. Hold on. Hold on. I'm doing too much, doing too many things at one time. Hold on, y'all. Season 3 episode. Child, let me see what episode this is. Hold on, y'all. Let me find out what episode it is. Shit. I got all these between the sheets on here. Episode 9, the last performance. Okay. You can tell when I be tired because I be off the rockers. Hi, everybody. This is Auntie. Let's get into it. So, we opened up this episode like on crazy time. Okay. Everybody is coming back from the camping trip and their little thing and they all on the high because we had watched when was Rebecca and Zied, Kara and Guillermo. Who else came down? Jenny, who couldn't get herself together to save her freaking life to get Sumit down there. I don't know what to say. Just say, go, baby, go. I don't mean say anything. Hold on, let me stop real quick and holler at my members. Hey, JW1063. Hey there, Barbara Markham. Hey, Nathan. Hello there, Yazelle. Who else up in here? Okay. And of course, Ray Dollar. So, they get them down the mountain and, they all get their little celebratory shout outs from the instructions and the therapist and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so, they all go back, go back home and stuff, go back to the castle. So, of course, they are elated to be there. I was wondering whether or not they really stayed outside, but they really did stay outside, or at least it looked like they stayed outside. And so we see Jenny and Sumit having a conversation downtown to the hotel room because Jenny down to the castle because Jenny had just found out from Sumit that he is I think 20,000. Hey Tamika, $20,000 in debt and that his parents are not paying the rent. Him and Jenny is paying it. So Jenny is just trying to tell him, we together, we a couple, we supposed to have each other's back, be transparent with all that kind of stuff. We husband and wife. And so Smith was like, I don't like the rules of matrimony. I would be with you whether or not I was married to you or not. So then why in like the second, third season that we saw y'all mofos on here, you had your family, run up on Jenny with the ex-wife family, and the parents brought you out of that marriage, right? Paid that other family. And they ain't like you after that. You know what I'm saying? Submit mom and them didn't like you. So Submit for you to sit there and say you don't like marriage and you don't like the union of marriage, you don't like the concept of marriage, is some bull crap because you fought to marry Jenny. But okay, I digress. I'm gonna sit back in my chair. So Jenny is, like done with them. She goes and takes a shower. We see everybody coming back. They taking their showers and all that kind of stuff. And then they got a brand new day of doing what they doing. Now, of course, we saw in a couple of episodes ago where Patrick and Thais was trying to act like, she was pregnant. Of course, we all knew she wasn't pregnant, but I'm going to tell y'all how they confirmed it on the show. So we saw Thais and she was talking about Patrick was at the drugstore going to get a pregnancy test for her. And she was saying how, she really didn't want another baby because they're there allegedly, right? because they're having all of these couples are having marital issues, and this is their last resort. This is their last opportunity to stay together. And so they go, basically, Patrick comes back. Thais, she was vomiting and stuff like that, and she hasn't been feeling her best. But a lot of times, when you go to another country, um, you don't be feeling your best, and the food is different, and your body going, see it as being different, and it's going to maybe possibly have a reaction to it, which is why a lot of people, hold on, y'all. Which is why a lot of people, when they go to another country, they usually stay for a longer time period, because the body has to make an adjustment. I know it's the same thing when I go overseas, right? I feel like, okay, I'm not feeling good the first couple of days. I'm excited, right, to be there and sightseeing and doing all the things. But at the end of the day, your stomach is saying, hey, this ain't what you used to eat. And so, my body has a reaction to it. Y'all let me know downtown. Hey, Beverly. Hey. Tell my Kimmy I say hi. So anyway, they doing what they doing with the woo woo the boo. She wants Patrick. She acts like she doesn't know how to use a pregnancy test, that she's supposed to, drip drip on the wand. And so Patrick has to tell her. She's telling Patrick, why don't you go and take it? He's like, no, it needs to read your hormones. And so anyway, she goes in, and as we all suspected, she is not pregnant. But before she had taken it, Patrick was trying to tell her, it's not like you're going to be home with the baby and have two kids that you need to take care of. One child is going to be in school and you're going to have that one. That is not something to say to somebody like that. That wasn't a relief. She still got a baby she has to take care of. And it sounds like absent of his assistance and his support. He gonna go back to work. And she's gonna be home all day with those kids. Anyway, nevertheless, like I said, as we suspected, she was not pregnant at all. It was just, something that they threw in the ball game. She knew she wasn't pregnant, but they wanted to make it exciting for us and stuff like that. It didn't do it for me. We see some Sarper in the room talking to Shekinah, kind of trying to back Shekinah up, right? Because Sarper likes to interact with people. Shekinah doesn't, right? Shekinah it just appears to be that kind of person. As long as I'm with my boo, I don't care about nobody else. And she really don't care about him. But she doesn't care. She cares that she's isolated. Like when they was having breakfast the last day of camp, she seems like she cares when she's isolated and by herself. And I don't know what that's about. But anyway, but Sarper is bothered by it because he likes to be the life of the party. He likes interacting with people. Like she said, hi, hey, boo. And so, they doing what they do with the woo woo and the boo boo boo. They all go down to, an exercise. Am I getting it right? Yeah, they all go down to an exercise with the exception of Paola and Russ. Let's talk about Paola and Russ. He don't listen. He gives her up. He doesn't tell her what they're going to be doing for the anniversary. The rest of the crew have gone on to an exercise where they get ready to use these weird looking moppets. But the two of them it's their anniversary, their 12-year anniversary. I can't believe I've been covering this show this long. And he makes a criticism about how Paola is dressed based on the activity. Well, mother, you didn't tell her what she was supposed to wear. You didn't, even if you surprised her, say, baby, put some jeans on, put something comfortable on, a shirt and a jacket, because we're going to be doing the activity. I can't tell you what the activity is, but okay, you can't wear that outfit. But instead, he criticizes her and says that she was dressed inappropriately for the activity. Well, Russ, that's on you. That's on you. And the thing about it is, Russ wants Paola to give him grace through tears, but he don't listen. And neither is he a thoughtful man. And I'm gonna tell you, it ain't nothing worse than a man that you're dating who's not thoughtful and doesn't put you first, doesn't listen to you. If a man, I think if Russ did those things that Paola has been complaining about, and Lord knows she's been complaining, it would at least improve their relationship by maybe 15%. He doesn't listen to her in the bedroom. She has told him what she likes and how she likes it. She is making attempts to smell good, to have on sexy stuff for him. He gets his, he gets pleasure and she doesn't. She appears to be left holding the bag in this relationship. And while a lot of stuff went down in their relationship with her like living in the house, and she was saying that, I remember when we was covering it, her and Russ couldn't be together. The parents had alarms basically on the floor, and if she walked near Russ' room, the alarms was going to go off. Now I'm exaggerating, but I remember when Paola came over here. He doesn't take care of her desires, her wants. He just doesn't do it. And there are so many men who lack in that area. But when you reject them, then they want to say that it was about their outer appearance, or it was about this, or it was about that. No, it's about not listening. Now, this time I watched Between the Sheets, and one of the cast members, I can't remember which one, said that he was with her in the store. I think it was Guillermo. And he was saying that she was walking through the store, through the mall, and then she came upon the watch. Well, as women, right, we shop differently. We are going to go to the stores, we're going to sashay around, but we know what our men like. And she got a gift for Russ, she got Russ a watch. So, anyway, wait a minute, I missed the part. So, they went out and was doing, bow and arrows, right? And like I said, he was criticizing what she had on. He wished she had addressed appropriately for the event. But she was having fun and he was having fun for a second. So they go to do the gift exchange, right? Because it's their anniversary. They go to get a gift exchange. She had got Russ a nice watch that morning. She had gotten up. She picked it up from the mall, and she, was like, "This is a nice gift. I should have brought myself one." And Russ goes to the mall. Some of y'all gonna be mad at me, but I don't even care. Y'all know I don't care. You know I care, but I don't care. Because I'm gonna just go here and say what I gotta say. He goes to the mall. He's looking at the symbolism of swans. That when two swans put their heads together, that it creates a heart. What symbolism does that have for me? Listen to what I say. Not to what you think is a nice gift for me. Listen to what I say. Pay attention. It lets me know that Russ doesn't pay attention to the little things. Some things you should not have to say to your man that you've been dating for married to for 12 years. And if she get to cheating, she have a relationship outside, don't say nothing. Because what Russ won't do, somebody else will. God dang it, I hate when I have to go there. What he won't do, somebody else will. This girl gets on my nerve. Lord knows she do. But she not wrong. She done told this month, stop buying me necklaces. You gave me a necklace when the baby was born. You gave me a necklace when he turned 5. You gave me a necklace for Mother's Day. You gave me one for Christmas. Don't buy me another necklace. But no, that's his favorite gift to give her. That's yours. But you're giving to someone who's receiving. And so when you give a gift, you don't give a gift based on what you like. You observe, you listen, you ask, you inquire. What is it that you like? Russ is a selfish lover. He's selfish in the bed and he's selfish outside of the bed. And then he'll sit there and complain about it and sit there and cry and whine when the girl has articulated what it is that she likes, what makes her happy. But and the thing about it, as a gift giver, you're not receiving the gift. He loved the watch that she gave him because she's watched the man. Y'all know how we are with our men. We watch him and we be like, yeah, he need a new watch. Or he need a new pair of tennis shoes. We watch. And then we listen. What is he saying he wants? Oh, so all of a sudden, after being married to him for 10 years, now he wants a fishing rod. Okay. He probably not going to fish but one time in his life. But if we listen to our partners, he doesn't listen to Paola. He decides he's going to get her a necklace after she told him not to. And it's the thought to him that counted, all the effort he put in. And so she's supposed to be happy, tap dance, swing around a pole, do a split, jump up into a somersault, land on her feet, and be grateful. Mm-mm. No. You call me however many B's you want to call me, you ungrateful knick-knack patty rat. You can say whatever the you want to say. The gift is not for the giver, it's for those people who receive it. Don't buy me nothing and don't add, and after I have told you, don't buy me another one. When she opened up the box, it appeared that she was ungrateful, but her heart was broken because for years she'd been telling him, don't buy me another necklace. It's not something I like. Not all women like necklaces. Not even all women like earrings. They don't like bracelets. Y'all notice all the years that I have been out here, I've been out here on YouTube. I need to go back and see what my anniversary date is. I have never worn a watch. Let me walk on that. Because I know I'm talking some good stuff right now. I know I am. I know I am. I know I am. I'm talking some good stuff out here in these streets. I have never worn a watch. You've never seen me in one. Go back and look. You ain't seen me one on this channel, on Auntie's Advice Lifestyle Podcast. You have never seen me in a watch. So why would a mofo buy me a watch? Because he like watches. For me, that's something that's going to sit in a box, whether it's the original box, the original pouch, or it's in a watch. It's going to sit. because it ain't like I don't have watches. I don't wear them. I used to wear a lot of jewelry. I don't wear a lot of jewelry on my wrist anymore because the older I've gotten, the more they irritate me. I have this eternal bracelet that my daughter and I shared together that she got for us. Was it last Christmas? Or what was Mother's Day? I think it was Mother's Day. I have the bracelet and she has the ring. So we both decided that we will wear something that we don't usually wear in semblance of our love and our commitment to each other as mama and daughter. So she doesn't usually wear rings, so she has the ring. I don't wear anything on my arm, but I wear this. Every now and then I'll wear costume jewelry, but you ain't never seen me in a watch. I don't wear them. So if I'm in a relationship with my husband, he should be able to pick that up. Oh, I know this boo don't wear no watches. So for him to give me a watch, am I supposed to be grateful? Am I supposed to cow down to his tears, to his feelings being hurt because he felt like this was a good gift? Buy me something I can use. And if not, give me a month gift card and I'll go get it. It ain't nothing wrong with giving somebody a gift card so they can buy something that they want to buy. Don't make it $50 though. Shit. I was looking at the swans and we were here and I just thought the symbolism, I put effort in it. She didn't have to be no put no effort in it because she been with you for 12 years. She know what you like. You've been with her for 12 years and you don't know what she like. And you want everybody around you to be on your side. You out of line. Russ, you out of line. And you not in tune to your woman. And then he'll say, well, she's probably, she doesn't like bald men. She don't like short men. These women, they don't like these short men. Women don't like to. No, we don't like a man who don't listen. And that is a crushing blow to Paola, who's been with this man that had a baby, and this bitch don't know she don't like necklaces. You buy me a necklace, I'm happy. Okay? Because I love necklaces. I love to adorn my neck. Even though I got a, double chin down here. I love to wear a nice piece of costume jewelry. And a lot of my costume jewelry looks like it's fake, but it's actually real. I don't be telling my business. I don't know why I just told y'all that. But a lot of the stuff I wear is real. You see me with rings and pieces on, and it's real. 9 times out of 10, it's real because I go to artisans, right? People who make jewelry. I go to like jewelry sales and stuff like that. I love a nice piece of 925, and I also like 14 karat gold or 24. Only thing about that, they be too soft. I love emeralds, even though I'm a July baby. He don't listen, and then for people to take sides is wrong because that man ain't listening to Pop. He doesn't even know who his wife is. He won't even give her the simple things in bed. So if she cheats on him, don't look at me to be. Don't look at me to give a rotten. And I know I'm wrong. Lord forgive me. Don't look for me to care not nary one bit about Powell being in a relationship with a man. Now, she should not be committing adultery. I will say that because I do have my Christian beliefs. But I wouldn't hold her because you with this man and you unfulfilled and you crying every night and you coming off, or coming off angry and aggressive and uncooperative and unappreciative. No, After he did that and pulled that stunt and then had the nerve, the audacity to be crying, what you crying for? You should have brought her a necklace. And it's like you're going to force the person to take the gift. You're going to force me to act like I'm a sealer. Thank you, boo. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You can kiss my whole, you can call me whatever you want to call me. Don't bring me a watch. I don't care who it is. Don't bring me a watch. It could be Timex, Movado. I don't like watches. I don't wear them. And then, as Lisa said, hey boo, trying to talk her into it. And they gonna badmouth her to everybody else and he crying. Get out of here, Russ. Russ, get out. Go ahead. Go on. Go on. Won't have nothing to talk about. But she the one wrong. She the one that dressed inappropriately, and he didn't tell her how to dress. But he complained about it. Russ got a lot of growing. He need to be by himself. Some men don't need to be with women. He need to be single. And I see why she has a resentment. And I don't mean to spend this much time here, but I mean to spend this much time here. I see why she's resentful. Because there's no joy in her life coming from her partner. None. She's just there to please him. And he says it's always his fault and he always doing something wrong. She about right. She's about right. And maybe she is coming off nasty because she's probably so frustrated. He doesn't listen. They're in this counseling session. I don't like the counselors at all. I think there's some bull crap. That's just my opinion. You win this thing, you talking to the counselors. The counselors give you one exercise to do after another. She goes in, tries to do the exercise, he sleep after he get his. Selfish lover, lover. And women, y'all know it ain't nothing worse than a selfish lover. Ain't none worse. Nothing. He ain't even tried to take a class. Look at some videos, nothing to take their intimacy to another level. Just next, we got the couples. They all coming together right for the puppet show, and they tell them that Russ and Paola's not going to be there, and so they all sitting around, trying to figure out what's going on. So the camp counselor, or this particular counselor, starts going around Red Robin and basically saying how was the camping. So they all go around and they liked it, it was okay. They was cold, whoop de whoop de whoop. It was hard, X, Y, and Z. Jenny and Sumit didn't come because Jenny and Sumit had a counseling session. So allegedly. So they sit there and they do that and they go to Shekinah and Sarper and they ask Shekinah and Sarper how was camping. And so Shekinah says it was good, right? Because she's given us the background that this is basically how she grew up as a child. So this was familiar territory to her. She was, she wasn't a novice, right? She's been doing camping and stuff like that for a long time. So what she expressed was true, whether you like her or not. Rebecca says BS. Because she was talking about them. That has nothing to do with her enjoying the camping experience. Again, we found out, right, that this is something that she has become accustomed to. This is how she grew up. Something that we never knew, right? Rebecca says, so I wrote down some notes. Rebecca said that the night at the camp site, Shekinah got up and left. And Thais said she isolated herself from everybody. She can't even sit and have a conversation, or the other way around before the fight. So the camp counselor is like, everybody calm down, right? She said there's been a fair amount of conflict going on. So Patrick jumps out on Front Street and says, has anyone here ever been told to go back to their country? So most of them say no, but him and Guillermo raised their hands. Shekinah comes back and says, has anyone attacked anyone in a country that they didn't come from? Shekinah, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It ain't a country you came from either. You ain't got nothing to do with this. What sense did that make coming from out of Shekinah? She don't know what to say. When she says stuff, is so inappropriate, and it's just like, what? What does that have to do? So now your justification, instead of just taking accountability and ownership. Now she goes on to say that she had wrote a thesis that Sarper helped her with. No, even if your words was mumbo jumbo, did not make sense, you don't get someone to edit it for you. You speak from the heart. And it may be difficult. She said that she, but when Thais said something, she lost her train of thought and was like, forget it. No, if you want to sincerely apologize, even if you don't do it to Thais and Patrick, you can say, Rebecca, let me apologize for the way that I came off. Kara, let me apologize. Thais, I was going to say something to you, but since you got such a nasty attitude, I ain't gonna say nothing to you about it. I didn't see her with no paperwork stuck in her katsu, and the outfit she had on was totally inappropriate for sitting in a counseling session. But okay, okay. But what she said, it was wrong. And all you have to do, everybody has had to swallow a frog. At least one time in their life where you have said something that was off-putting or offensive or just completely out of line. Everybody has done it. And all it takes for, even if they don't forgive you, they cut you off, all it takes for you to free yourself is to say, look, I'm asking for y'all forgiveness. I apologize. I was out of pocket. I shouldn't have been talking to Patrick in the tone and manner in which I was. And I told him that, he was a cheap broke. He got a broke man mentality. I shouldn't have did it. And when you said something to me, Thais, I should have stand down. But no, in my arrogance and me trying to, articulate what I wanted to say, I kept on, and it escalated to where it is now. And I know I can't undo it, but please accept my apology and my sincere apology. But no, she doubles down. And Sarper is sitting there. He didn't already wander in the room. Don't do it. We isolated from these people. So so she so Shekinah's reason for saying what she said is that I told you to go back to your country after you tried to harm me. She said the girl's claws was out. We don't have retractable fingernails like dogs and animals. So how was her claws out? Are they not always out? Thais got her claws. See, when you lying and you BSing and you think you the smartest person in the woods, that's what happens. She told her it's not about your ethnicity. It's not about your country. It's not about your race. It's about you. You a mother. It's about all those things. It's about her ethnicity, in my opinion. It's about her race. And it was about the country, or you wouldn't have said it. She said that she's married to an immigrant. And she would say the same thing to him if he was acting like a lunatic in public. We have seen Sarper act like a lunatic in public. Have we not? Have we not seen Sarper act like a lunatic and get aggressive with people? Did we not just see him act like he was getting ready to knock Guillermo down to the ground that night? Over the tangle where we weave when we try to deceive. She was mad because she saw a separation in the group when everyone chose to stay at the bar and not support her and Saba. She said it was clear at that point that we were out, alienated from the rest of the group. Your comment did that because everybody in there is married to an immigrant. Everybody in there has done the 90 day K1 visa process, which is why y'all all there, because you did it too. Kara told her, and when I tell you I was clapping like a seal, she said the way that you never take accountability is really something to be studied. I absolutely agree with that. Couldn't have said it better. Rebecca said it's a superpower. And I don't like Rebecca, but I agree with that too. She said, could I have chosen different words? I know that I could have done that, but I didn't. I was reacting to a high stress situation that you caused. She said, I was afraid. And to me, the actions cut deeper than the words. Mm-mm, mm-mm. If I have someone that I love and someone that I care about, it's one thing if you smack him across his face. It's another thing if you tell him to go back to his country. Those are two separate things, two separate offenses that causes two separate reactions. They're not the same thing. And they can't even be put in the same bowl together. You was wrong. It's no need to justify. Do y'all understand that you never have to justify when you are sincerely apologizing? You just apologize. And you let them know it won't happen again. But it's the excuses and the reasoning that causes people to be further offended with you. Just say I was wrong. That's taking accountability. You don't even have to say I was wrong for what I said. I was wrong. And I apologize. I ask that you forgive me. And it's over. Because the more you try to explain something away, the more you justify yourself, because we are created as human beings, and the first instinct that we have, even as children, is to protect ourselves. Self-preservation. Your mind and your body and everything else is going to try to protect you at the cost of even you possibly losing your life to protect yourself. I will never forget. Um, I will never forget 9/11. and how every instinct in me was to protect me. Every instinct. Streets blocked up for hours. Could nobody move. We didn't know what was going on. We saw it on the monitor. We didn't even know what we were looking at 9/11. But every instinct in me was to protect me and get to my child. It was simple as that. I needed to get to my child. And I walked for hours to get out of the area and I left my vehicle and everything. Both of Shekinah and Thais had gotten to the point that they were both in protective mode, fight or flight. Shekinah did not want to fight. She wanted to. She went out, right. She chose the flight, but Thais chose fight. And you can't get mad at nobody for which one they choose, because it's about self-preservation. Their mind just kicks in. I don't even know how to explain. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. All I remember is seeing what was happening, thinking I need to get the fuck out of here, and feeling the impact of the Pentagon getting hit. I'm out of here. I will never forget that day as long as I live. It's fight or flight. She's saying it was a high stress situation. Patrick says that his father's an immigrant. She's an immigrant. Her husband's an immigrant, like you. He said, you insulted everybody. Sarper said, I want to say something to Patrick because that moment you should have held her back. And he should have. But he was just sitting there. Sarper was basically saying in 1 second your life can be changed. And he's absolutely right. My mic is going in and out, Ray Della. I don't know why. I know I'm having problems with my screen. Can you hear me now? Ray Della, can you hear me now? Let me turn it on and off. Ray Della, did that help? Okay, thank you, Tamika. Y'all can hear me? Shekinah said that she thought that the girl was going to hit her in the face. She was going for her face, as she should have been. Sarper said that Shekinah was trying to protect herself as she should. Um, they're now giving Mean Girl, Mean Girl energy. But Shekinah do. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. she they was talking about the mean girl energy she kind of is giving, and she is, but so are they. And two wrongs don't make a right. So when the counselor asks, Theus, whatever her name is, if they when they asked her, do you want to apologize? She was like, did she? I thought that was hilarious. She was like, did she take accountability? I don't blame her because in whatever she kind of said, it never was taking accountability. She never took accountability for it. And she's walking around it as if she's a villain, but she doesn't understand because, as Patrick said so eloquently, I like Sarper. He a cool dude, but we don't like you. It's nothing about you that we like. We don't like nothing about you. And Sarper need to run. This episode was a trip because it's a bigger conversation. It's just a bigger conversation. And when you have someone like Shekinah who does not want to take accountability, it is impossible to muster an apology. It's impossible to be remorseful. It is impossible to find some humanity in someone like Shekinah. And the way that she puts her whole body into it is just unbearable. And I'm surprised they ain't gone to blows because this has gotten out of control. It has caused a infection in everybody's experience there. It really has. It has caused a problem because she kind of feels like not only is she mad at Thais and Patrick, she's mad at everybody for taking their side. And so she is no longer made this between the two of them or the four of them. She's made this about the whole crew. And last week when they were sitting out and wasn't getting no breakfast, right? That's the illusion they gave. I understand that they ate with the producers from somebody in the comment last week, but she has now isolated herself, like Thais said, and she has made everybody her enemy. And everybody isn't her enemy. But if that's the way you want it, that's the way you're going to get it. I don't feel sorry for her at all. Like there's not one muscle or fiber or hair on my body that gives a about what Shekinah is feeling right now because she really has not in any way taken accountability for her actions. And when Thais first went over there, right, she was trying to say, hey, back up off my husband. That's it. But the person that's suffering is Sarper because Sarper needs relationship. He's a comedian. So he needs relationship. And they all like him. They looked up to him. They had a good time at the bar prior to Shekinah doing what she did. But her whole thing was attack, 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 attack Patrick and let Patrick know he ain't about nothing but money. He got a poor man's mentality. You don't say that to anybody. That's not what you say. And the thing about it too, that and another thing, I hate when I say it, and the thing about it too, it's a and another thing. And Soper escalated it too. He's with her, he got to roll with her. And so in him protecting her, he escalated it to. Um, but I think that everybody gave him grace because it was his wife. But the way that he handled Guillermo outside was ridiculous. But I could hear Sarper say it was a heightened, it was an elevated event because they were attacking his wife. So I could see him saying that. I cannot see Shekinah saying that. And then to double down and say, I would say the same thing to my husband. It's not about race. And the thing about it is, when she said it's not about your race, not about your ethnicity, I was like, so why'd you feel like you had to throw that in there? That's going to make me see you. And not to say that, because I know I think that somebody called her a racist. I don't think that she's that. I just think that I think she's ignorant. And that's where I'm going to lead at. I think she's very ignorant. So Veronica put down in the comment, can you believe she is selling t-shirts with go back to your country? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious for real, Veronica? Selling t-shirts where? Where's she selling these t-shirts? So she gonna capitalize off the girl's pain. If you want Veronica, if you on Instagram, please DM me them t-shirts. Please DM me those t-shirts. Thank you so much, Gladiola hyphen D72T for the 199 super sticker. Thank you, boo. I appreciate it. I believe that. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna hop over here because I gotta go to bed because y'all know I got a what? A job. And so I'm gonna take my butt to bed. Thank you all so much for being subscribed to the channel and having your notification bells on. Because when y'all come in the room like that, that means that when I go live, y'all go live with me. Thank you so much. If you are not a subscriber of Auntie's Advice, go ahead on and hit that subscribe button. It's free 99, won't cost you nothing to be over here. Thank you, Miss Chains. I love y'all so much. Y'all let me know what y'all think downtown in the comment section. And again, thank you so much to Miss Gladiola D7T for the 199 super chat. You didn't have to give it, but you did. Love y'all.